What drives us to do what we do? Why do we act, think, and feel the way we do? Today, we are delving into the depths of motivation. This mysterious force is not a mere monolith, but rather a multifaceted phenomenon, a complex tapestry woven from various threads of psychology. It is the unseen hand guiding our actions, the silent whisper nudging us forward, backward, or sideways. It is as diverse as we are, encompassing everything from the primal urge to survive to the lofty aspiration of self-actualization. We'll be exploring these dimensions of motivation, peeling back the layers to reveal the intricate mechanisms that propel us. These dimensions include intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, biological and psychological motivation, primary and secondary motivation, positive and negative motivation, cognitive and emotional motivation, rational and irrational motivation, implicit and explicit motivation, and finally, social and individual motivation. So let's embark on this journey to unravel the mystery called motivation. Have you ever wondered why you do what you do? Is it because you love it or because you're rewarded for it? This brings us to the concept of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is like a fire that burns from within. It's driven by personal enjoyment, a thirst for knowledge, or the satisfaction that comes from achieving a challenging goal. It's the spark that ignites when you're engrossed in a riveting novel or when you're working on a passion project. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is fueled by external factors. It's the carrot at the end of the stick, the applause after a performance, or the fear of punishment that gets you moving. It's the driving force when you're working overtime to secure that promotion or studying hard to ace an exam. While they may seem different, intrinsic and extrinsic motivations aren't mutually exclusive. They often work together, guiding our actions and steering us towards our goals. Whether it's for the joy of the task or the reward at the end, both types of motivation play a crucial role in our actions. Our needs are not just mental or emotional, they are also physical. This gives rise to biological and psychological motivation. Now, what do we mean by that? Biological motivation is rooted in our very physiological needs. It's that grumbling in your stomach that pushes you to find food, the dryness in your throat that drives you to take a sip of water, or the innate drive for self-preservation that makes us avoid dangerous situations. These are primal, often unconscious, and ensure our survival. On the other hand, psychological motivation is driven by psychological factors. Imagine the burning desire to achieve something, the longing for social affiliation, or the quest for power. These motivations are often intertwined with our identity, our social standing, and our personal growth. Whether it's the hunger that pushes us to find food or the need for achievement that drives us to excel, these motivations shape our lives. Are you driven more by the carrot or the stick? This dichotomy is what we call positive and negative motivation. Let's delve into this fascinating contrast. Positive motivation is all about the allure of the carrot, the drive to approach or achieve something that we find desirable. It's that irresistible pull towards our dreams, the sweet victories, and the gratifications that make our hearts soar. On the flip side, we have negative motivation, which is essentially the stick in this equation. It's the drive to avoid or escape something undesirable. It's the fear of failure, the dread of disappointment, and the anxiety of adverse outcomes that can spur us into action. It's about dodging the bullets, sidestepping pitfalls, and steering clear of what we perceive as negative. So, are we lured by the promise of rewards or propelled by the fear of penalties? Whether it's the allure of success or the fear of failure, our actions are guided by both positive and negative motivations. So, we've journeyed through the different dimensions of motivation, but what does this all mean? Well, let's recap. We've explored the internal and external forces